moment, and Virtus Pro, they find no traction in that hit. They seem to make a lot of progress out of the bomb site, but once they get to that train, it's, I mean, Astralis just pounces and all the kills go their way. A good pick by Device opens things up. This is a nice performance so far from Astralis on a map that we thought they were going to struggle with.
I think even at the start, I said to you that even on a regular day, and even the desk, I think, had the discussion of it, the fact is on a regular day, you can still put Virtus Pro in a really good spot against full-strength Astralis. Sure, Astralis historically can do wonders on this, but it's still such a good map for Virtus Pro. Their T-side normally magnificent in its form, but this is a good beginning now for Astralis. It's not over yet. This is very much early days. 4-3 is not condemning at all. It's very much up in the air.
I think the key is, especially even on Overpass, if you think back to that previous map, we keep mentioning Astralis having two stand-ins with Zonic playing Glaive coming in. Glaive's not playing like a stand-in. In fact, he's not a liability, but he's even actually benefiting this. He's helping this team so much. He's had an incredible performance in this series so far. That's a huge reason why they're able to survive in some of these. In Overpass for so long, how they were able to withstand the pressure. Now on Train, he's being very effective early on over by the Electric Box. Yeah,
and even later into the round, in the previous round, he was playing over by Ivy. We're coming back to that in a second. Taz, feeling the heat, then has to back up towards the ladder. The molly being extinguished by the smoke, but the push is going to come through nevertheless, and it's Glaive, the man you highlighted, being pressured from the right side, from the left. The flash doesn't work out. Glaive with a lovely bit of aim work there, but it's all a little too easy in the end. And Virtus Pro don't get too many steps towards the side itself. They do keep control again for Astralis. But yeah, I've been thoroughly impressed by Glaive. He had to adapt, fall backwards towards the push from Ivy before. He dealt with Pasha there. It's all been very good from him. Very solid performance.
Keep having this impact. This is now 2 rounds, and this isn't even a round, but still under a lot of pressure. This shot.
Use your drone to locate a bomb.
Well, but even on the gun round, there's 2 kills. Did a very, very good job. Keep in mind as well, he's also the one that's more often than not being supported and playing with Zonic. So those two have probably never played together.
Device. Good find on Snax. That's a good move. Big threat from the board away.
Drone has located a bomb.
Dominance early on. Took a bit of damage, but still came out on top. So this is going to be tough selling those plays here. They can still
get 4 last stop standing.
The switch up
drone has found a bomb. Insertion in 5 seconds.
Zipnik, so if it was going to be a change in tactics by VP, if they were going to head towards
the bomb location and defuse it.
So trying to give different looks to the terrorist team. Astralis, they're up at 5 on. Once again, Virtus Pro, it seems like they're stuck now. They've lost Snax, much like the other round. He's out. Found by Device again, and Neo and Taz are very isolated. Pushing them out. There's a good pick by Pasha.
That removes Glaive. He knows Device is going to be nearby. He gets away. So much caution, he can't hit the shot. Device wins out on that. Virtus Pro not favouring numbers here, but...
Op 4 neutralized. Mission successful.
He does. Sonic, a little lackluster on the peak, then just swinging out with this. I think it was a flash in hand or a smoke, not too sure. But still, Taz is not done. He is now. And down to the 3v2. The Orbs have to come in with the goods, and it's Device on 4. He had his back to the wall. Now he's pinned to it, and he's left it down to the 2. Karrigan and Zipnix up against Neo. Neo individually, this is one of his better maps. He can have huge performances. 9 seconds remain, Moses. This is almost looking all but over. And Astralis are playing it to the absolute T. Look at this play coming out from them. Neo knows it. He can't do anything. It's Astralis again. Thanks to Device in that round more than anything.
I mean, he was the big factor, right? 4 kills for him with that AWP. Even trapped at one moment next to the trains. Fantastic job by him. This double op setup for Astralis is working exactly how they wanted. It's perfect so far.
Absolutely perfect. Yeah. Good seeing Device playing well with the obvious Karrigan, pretty much picking up the headlines in previous matches.
Use your drone to locate a bomb.
But Device having a good beginning here for himself. Again, Virtus Pro's money not so great now. They were the one right on Neo that was the previous round. This time though, supported.
Your drone has found a bomb.
Pretty well with it before, but shouldn't be able to get away with that every game.
They're not going to get a shot like that twice.
That's why people do just
This is now the question, though, because they don't have a lot of utility to play with. They have 3 smokes, but they don't really have anything that they can use to pressure and try and find a pick, try and force a rotation. Especially with these pistols, essentially you're going to expect an execute out of them at this point. Here it comes, it looks like. Taz and Neo coming down the ladder, Snax, Biala, Pasha coming out main.
And already Zipnix was watching those brown halls. He knew that no one was there, so already
Proceed to
starting
bomb
to look towards it.
location
Carrigan's
and
name will be the one to find Snacks in the end, but the support waiting in the wings. Taz a little hesitant to walk out. This is the pistol strap from the first round almost, just with far more firepower, but Pasha tries to go around the back, and Glaive is going to support his teammate as much as possible. Neo, the only one trying to work so far. He is the man with the rifle, but the bomb not planted, going to make this incredibly difficult, and those orbs are absolutely reigning supreme here for Astralis. Found by one as well. This is a deadly duo that doesn't seem to be going away.
This defense is propped up by 3 rounds earlier when they first started their streak, rounds 6, 7, and 8. Only one player for Astralis died in all 3 of those rounds. This is so ready to be built up. Over 11,000 on Zipnix and Karrigan. They have all the nades they need. One of the reasons Virtus.pro is so strong on the T side of this map is because even if they lose rounds, they're so good at finding kills, keeping your money low. So just as this progresses, usually you still get weaker and you just eventually get this Virtus.pro. Astralis has done a good job to be able to withstand it.
This is again looking very similar to the previous round, but this time Zonic, well, he's by Pasha, and now Device has to back away. He needs to be careful. Needs to respect what's coming their way. And here comes the hit from Virtus.pro. That high intensity about to come towards their faces, and there it is. 2, 3 back-to-back for Pasha. That's the impact you want to see him having. And now Karrigan locked out and denied any step towards that.
4 last operator
That's the
standing.
aggressive Virtus.pro we were talking about earlier. 1 kill, and you can see how fast that plant gets down when they execute in that fashion. As soon as there's any kind of opening, they're in the bomb site, and they're wiping all the defense out. And even Astralis had a fantastic defense setup for it. They had the second op at the inner site. They had 3 rifles outside. That was everything you could have asked for. Karrigan's going to have trigger discipline to make sure that he can save this gun.
Oh, that's me. Taz is still on the site. Taz didn't see him either. Karrigan. Oh my god, he's been spotted. Alright, Taz. Oh, get wrecked! Karrigan, nice work from him. Bialy's close, but not really that close right now. He should be able to keep hold of it. And there we go. So the orb does manage to stay over, and the money's still pretty good for Astralis, to be fair. Well above 10k on 2, Zipnix and Karrigan. Bear in mind, Zipnix hasn't had much action on B. This is generally a focus from Virtus.pro. He's just been playing a couple of retakes, having to just play from the back lines. But Pasha having these entries and having this impact mid-round was absolutely instrumental in this round again. God, what a shot.
The bomb gets planted at a minute 20, so 30 seconds essentially into the round after the, it was very quick after that execute, maybe 5 seconds after the execute, it's already down. Very tough to deal with. And again, this is fast paced, but it looks like it's towards the inner bomb site instead.
This is nice, this is different. This is the first time we might see the real test of Zipnix and Karrigan having to deal with more than just, maybe Neo making the play or one by
Secure the bomb.
Here we go, that's the first test. Winning out, Karrigan catching out Neo. Four still waiting, they're still going to commit to this, they're still going to go for it. Karrigan looks for more if this is the case. Bialy's already out on the side though. Flash is holding back the others. Bialy's isolated. Zonic, that's a quick pickup. Can't find the connection there for Karrigan, but it's Zipnix to find Bialy. Back and forth we go. The no-scope, he was brave, but it's not going to work out in the end, leaving Taz and Pasha with that bomb in such a dire place. Glaive is loving it. Feed the machine right now. Astralis retain a very
10
nice
seconds remaining.
Crazy to see. Normally when the rounds and trade
5
get that
seconds left.
hectic, that's when Virtus.pro really see their strength as a unit on this map.
Bomb located by Op 4.
Again though, another opening pick, Karrigan onto Neo that round. A lot of first kills going the way of Astralis. Blade in ladder room is a champion. He's got 13 and 7. Device, the other big performer for Astralis, 12 and 6.
Camera initiated.
Together on that beat, yeah. Trying to win in 1-by-1, but isolated a little. Do it again. He's asking for help. You can see Zipnix going down. I think they're starting to get the picture of what's coming their way this time. I'm hoping for Virtus.pro's sake they make such a more together effort on this one, because Karrigan would love to have those one-to-one fights again.
You should know he's going to be in this.
Reloading
He's
ammo.
Field last time. Taz drops him with Karrigan.
That's brilliant, Karrigan. That's the impact you want to be having. But now, can the bomb get planted? Ash is the one with it in hand. That's it. It's going to come out. It's going to make it perfect. The site's a little too deep, actually. So bomb is now down. He between these trains. It's going to be Taz to get down to Sonic. He has to do more though. Taz gets taken out as well. It's all on Taz. What an heroic effort in the last couple of rounds from that individual. Not going too early, waiting for the timing to be correct, supporting his teammates, and the defuse comes out. This is a level 4 for an individual you don't get to see very often.
Also, incredible usage of Molotovs by the Astralis side on that retake. That first Molotov that's thrown, Pasha plants the bomb. That Molotov is designed not to kill him or prevent the plant, but to force him out of that position at the bomb site into the open. It didn't immediately take him out, but a second Molotov lands in the middle of the bomb train, and then he's forced out of the open one more time. Just cannot get comfortable, cannot set up anything to defend against that retake. And Astralis just marched their way through, combined with that flank from Glaive. It's perfect.
Absolutely and utterly. And again, I'm wondering if this is the pistol strat that we see coming out from Virtus Pro they like to do to ensure the bomb participants far more smokes than they've had before. So this would be a nice wall of smoke, maybe across the side, try and isolate either Glaive or Sonic if they're pushed up. They still have to get past Device if they really want that to work out.
Secure the area, keep the bombs protected.
Build into that one, the flash comes out, Passion comes in again. He's starting to get the game plan that's coming out from Passion. He knows what he likes to do. But
Reinforced wall!
Op 4 has located a bomb. Be ready for assault.
There's Sonic with one. Device gets the second. That's on a Taz. So there goes the alley attack, and all of a sudden it's just 3 members of Virtus Pro and Device. What a recovery!
It's a man possessed at the moment that off, and there's the plant denied. Glaive even comes back in to do the heavy lifting.
Bomb
In the end,
located by Op 4.
secure the economy, not going into the hands of Virtus Pro. Their money is not going to be perfect here. They're down to a 4.8. They can get a good enough buy, but it's still going to be as solid as I can imagine they want. 10 to 4. But Virtus Pro, for their team side, power, their aggression, their really unrelenting force that they can bring. It really isn't. This is the thing. Astralis are just meeting it with the same thing. We haven't seen much of some CT switches in their defaults, Zipniks here and there, but not much, aggression across the map. This time, I told a lie. Carrigan's found Pasha. They've gone for a bit of a switch up here. Trying to make a play off the back of it.
Almost feels like they want Virtus Pro wanted to be more aggressive there, but that opening kill by Carrigan slows them all down. They have 2 smokes left. They threw a couple. So now they've got to reconvene and figure things out. It is a 4-on-4, and once again, this is where another advantage is going to come in for Astralis because they have so much faith in Zipniks at the center bomb site. Because he's been so effective there in the past, they can keep 3 players outside.
Not there this time.
He's got the he's going to get there just in time.
Bound to do this. Flash comes in. Slows him down, if anything, allowing Device time to get towards looking after, so allowing Zipniks to focus towards that lower ramp push. Here come the smokes, here come the flashes. Here comes Virtus Pro. First one misses Device. You got to hit those. And you got to make something for it. Taz goes down. Lubiali and just scratching their heads, going, what just happened?
Zipniks gets that first kill and just falls back and fates him right into the crosshair of Device. This is beautifully done, a second kill. It's all down to Neo and he gets nothing. 11-4 for Astralis.
This is a masterful first half coming through here from Astralis. These guys are looking exceedingly solid here. But let's remind ourselves, the T side is where they sometimes struggle on that previous map as well. They weren't able to trade in effectively. Their slow picks and plays just weren't paying out. So this is still up in the air. It may look good for now, but do not write Virtus Pro out of this one. Astralis are not done just yet, guys. Do stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break.
Op 4, last operator standing. Friendly, last operator standing.
Bro, he's damn low.
Op 4,
Let's go, let's go.
mission successful.
11-4 was the first half. Virtus Pro renowned on this map, but it seems as though Astralis just don't accept that they're going down in this game just yet, Moses.
We talked a lot about the performance of Device and Glaive, two of the stars of Astralis, two of the big reasons why they're this far ahead after a CT half that we thought they would be in a lot of trouble. You look on the other side, you know, one of those players you expect on the Virtus Pro to be stepping it up, especially a map like Train where he usually has a fantastic impact, is Snax. He's at 2 and 13. Massive underperformance for one of the biggest stars on Virtus Pro.
Not what you want to have in the back of your mind here as well for them. This is a big second half to come back in towards. They had the advantage in that previous map going into the second half, so for them, this is a build-back moment. It's not impossible. It's just tough, considering that we expected maybe more aggression from Virtus Pro there. They seem to be doing well on some of those aggressive rounds. They got halted, as you said, by the likes of Glaive coming in with the goods, a little bit of here and there. Device on that orb was absolutely deadly. So, many factors coming alive for Astralis here. This is going to be the second half.
And this is where we've seen them struggle, you know, all the way back towards that series against Dignitas on these T sides. This is where you're really going to see the impact of having some stand-ins, having some players that aren't normally in your roster. When something doesn't work, when Virtus Pro stops something that you have planned, what do you have to fall back on? You haven't practiced much with these two players, so you're not going to have that deep playbook to adjust.
It's going to be a factor in it. It really did haunt them on that first map, but it looks like a bit of a 3-2 split, just straight in towards A. Xyp9x down through Pop, Kerrigan already out, and you got 3 coming down through Ivy. Pasha has to wait for the 3, but he turns around, tries to back away, and it's Snax, the man we called out for being a little quiet on the first half. Finds at least a good start in the second.
Secure the
Device
area.
Blade, but
Bomb
power, then
protected.
what a shot from Kerrigan on the move towards Bialy, and it's astonishing here from Astralis, just taking up to front, man-to-man fights, and they're winning it out. Carrying closes on Neo, and Astralis gets started. The second half started.
Bomb location
Virtus Pro
confirmed.
have two members right behind that train, right by
Op 4
Ivy.
has located
And
a
it took
bomb.
them
Be
so
ready
long
for
to
assault.
actually get eyes down alley and see that the rush was coming that way. When Pasha eventually did go check it out, he got overwhelmed, forced out of position, went into the hands of a player from Astralis waiting for that exact kill.
Down to 10
Perfectly
seconds.
executed from Astralis, but on one location of the map, it was crumbled.
5 seconds left.
Like
Bomb located by
On
Op
the
4.
Virtus Pro side, they're going to try and nade stack over towards the choke point, see if they can catch Astralis off and execute it. It could be towards Ivy when they spot it out.
Yeah, Pasha's going to have to go for this one. See if anyone moves towards it. He's all alone. This could completely render those nades useless. Full flash. Oh, this is brilliant. Glaive just leaps out into loving arms. Pash takes him down, and they're looking to try and get this one as clean as possible. Snax overwhelmed out Glaive. Glaive is playing an absolute blinder of a game so far. Such confidence, and it's all working out here. Alright, Glaive. 2d4. Almost finds another, not going to be the case, however. Leading Taz with CZ and after a lucky touch, trying to keep hold of that.
I mean, you can just see Glaive is starting to just get so much confidence with how well he's been playing, just straight up just bull rushing that alley. With the SMG, getting those 3 kills, Virtus Pro is in a lot of trouble right now because despite all the struggles on the T side, if you have a guy like Glaive who's playing like this, a guy like Device who's like this, where they start to have that confidence, if they're able to even just get 1 or 2 kills, that alleviates so much pressure from any kind of tactic they have to run. That gives them such a big advantage. And right now, there's no one on BP who's able to step up and Glaive and Device.
It's terrifying, isn't it? He's not having a good game. You know, pretty sure he knows Train a lot better than us, just classically.
Yeah, I mean, that does help. He probably has never actually played a game like Overpass before.
Let's be honest, if you want to go back to that sort of point, it's probably one player starts getting this one, you know, this one
Friendly,
player starts
last
getting
operator
confident in
standing.
front of this crowd, that everyone starts cheering behind them. What a feeling he's going to have, and it will just overcome those issues they previously had until it gets broken. Of course, it can break. It might break
All
in the
friendlies
next couple
were
of rounds,
eliminated.
but
Mission
look at the
failure.
score margin already. It's 13-4. Astralis have so many rounds to play with, and they're so close to taking this to a third map, and this has gone backwards almost. You would have thought Astralis should have been the real dominant force coming out, if any, in this series on the first map, but then Virtus Pro, alright, they can grind it out, and then the second one, it's got to be a whitewash, right? You're looking at Virtus Pro on Train against a team with 2 standards. Not the case. So, looking at this round, 4 plays stacked towards B from Virtus Pro. No one really showing too much just yet. Zonic and Xyp9x might be walking towards Train.
Well, Xyp9x has the SMG. They both have SMG, so it's not the biggest deal if they die, because they're not going to give up or anything. Key is they have to be. I mean, if they both get washed out without getting any kills, that would be the issue. But are they going to commit before being able to find out this is a stack? It looks like Virtus Pro inside, they're getting a little bit antsy. They've all gotten a little bit more aggressive, but actually, Astralis is rotating right back into this. Here's a chance now for Virtus Pro.
This is quite scary, quite genuinely. There's a lot of damage to be received on this, especially when you've got Taz, the man who pretty much put that first nail in the Astralis coffin in that final round in overtime with the CZ. Flash comes out.
Secure the bombs.
Here we go, there's that CZ again, the deadly CZ, and here comes into play. Pasha towards Zipnix, Taz towards Sonic. Play just keeping it in check before it all spiraled out of control, but there's still an advantage.
Bailing out inside bomb site. It's going to be another stack Astralis is met with. Are they going to be prepared for this? At least now they have the range. Molotovs come out. The smokes of the choke point. Neo is isolated. He gets the kill anyways. This is huge. Eventually he's taken down by the fire. 1% device gets dropped.
Carrigan, 10 seconds left. He has to find it. No! Taz again! Causing absolute mayhem with that CZ. 3 for him, supported initially by Passion, and Neo comes out. Devastating.
Be ready for hostile action.
Taz, miraculous play with CZ, ends the match on overpass. Here, gets him right back into this game, prevents this from getting too out of hand. It looks like this is going to get up towards 4. It's so early for VP to recover from, but another big time play. That kill on the one, he had to get that done.
Again, lots of opportunity starts to get himself back in. Even something small like that, you get it early, you get it free, but cheap.
Test out. Godspeed,
Just
little
want to get
fella.
feeling better about it. Okay, guys, you've got the guns now. We can get into it much more than this. Still, it's on a knife's edge. This is a very fine line there, so.
Not to mention, that's the kind of round that you lose that'll really kind of shift your focus. So Astralis have to hold strong. 4 AKs at Tech 9 on the Astralis side. And Virtus Pro, being aggressive early on this defense. Yali's still in ladder room, but Snax and Neo very much playing together. They're very much playing at the middle of that outer train yard. And it's only Taz inside, who, by the way, we should say this is a specialist map of his, as Thorin likes to put it. Probably one of his best maps playing alone at this inner bomb site. He's so effective here.
See the hesitation now on Astralis. They are having to respect what's coming back in from Virtus Pro here. Rex and Glaive have been holding by Ivy. Looking like they want to make the hit now. Viali waits so perfectly towards drop until the second. Device and Sonic claim kills, and now they have the advantage. Snacks with the UMP though, not going to let them have all the fun. Neo claims at least 1 towards Sonic, but left into the 2v2. It's Neo and Taz against Device and Carrigan. 30 seconds, Carrigan catches Neo on the perfect angle, and now Taz can't do it again. It's Carrigan with 2, and Astralis take another stride towards picking up map 2 here.
They're not done yet though, because Virtus Pro is able to win that eco round with just pistols. They're going to be able to buy into this one. 3 members will have rifles. Yali, Taz, and Snacks picked those up. Pasha and Neil will be stuck on pistols, but still pretty formidable buy coming out that Astralis has to be very, very careful with.
Changing max.
Oh, that's what a way to open a round for Device.
Device is actually really on point. Again, he was a man who wasn't having the biggest of games before, but this is a really solid game. Straight out, straight looking for fights before it.
This door is secured.
Maybe he should have done it again. Neo's just punished him with that 5-7. Carrigan's left reeling off the back of it going, I'm all alone now. I could be overwhelmed. I could be pushed. I'm going to be smoked out. He gets the timing on the shot. Pasha steps out right into it. And now 4v4 is back on even.
Huge kill to get, and a little bit of luck going the way of Astralis these past couple rounds, but why not?
Reload!
As is here, he's got the F4. He's got to hold strong. He's got to hold a little bit longer. And here comes the flight from Neo. Neo gets 1, Taz gets the other, but they're going to shut this down. 3 kills for them. Astralis gets snuffed out again at the center bomb site.
Taz showing some class there. Neo especially as well, very much at the forefront in supporting him in that play, denying any step towards the side that Astralis was trying to have. So, 14-6. Money now down for Astralis. They're down to pistols here and there, if anything, very low actually. Device can actually invest into the legal.
As much of as this looks bad for Astralis, that they can't win some of these, the eco round that they lost, now they just lost a round with against 2 pistols. They can afford to make these trades still. They're up. Obviously, you don't want to let Virtus Pro, you don't want to give them that much of a window, but if they keep trading rounds like this, that's okay because they're already at 14. They have some rounds to play with still.
Plenty of opportunity. round. Any damage dealt here is a massive bonus. Should be able to be achieved, but we saw what a CZ can do to a whole team, so I wouldn't write him out
Need to
just
use
yet.
your drone to locate a bomb.
It's starting to be very tough to play this part. There's no utility, just even smoking.
Your drone has found a bomb.
Pasha with a good chance to get that open. It's Device with the Deagle trying to duel with it. Not going to work out. That was kind of the hopes and dreams of Astralis in this round was on him getting some kind of a pick. Now they only have a couple of P250s. They have no utility whatsoever. So it's basically group up, probably towards the inner bomb site, and just hope and pray that some mistake from Virtus Pro will allow you to get a
10
plan.
seconds to go.
Taz, though, looking pretty solid so far, at least with Neo in support. Those two
5 seconds
very
before insertion.
crisp and cheap quality on there, so
You found a bomb. Make your way to its location and defuse it.
this would be it. Yeah, here comes the fight. So all Glocks out. Glaive, what? Gets one, gets two. Glaive? Are you kidding me right now? That's unbelievable play, but it's not done yet. There's the recovery finally coming in from Snacks. That was getting... that shouldn't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed with a PT-50 to find two in that instance. One I forgive, two's a little too much, and that bomb almost got to the side.
Almost giving them that window to get them off plane. Almost even finding a way to salvage a weapon and make something from it. VP 7-14 making this comeback. Another safe round now for Astralis again because they've had still. They have the chance to give up some of these rounds and just get that economy going strong, and that's a couple very nice shots to the P250.
Slightly better.
Breaching charge deployed.
The Eagle Pasha missing. Karen's going to back away from it. He's not going to try and refocus as he knows he's slightly further back. Obviously, Snacks now having to respond in kind by getting some sort of control towards A, looking for something here, and it looks like they're all just going to set up towards an A.
Again, though, they have no nades, no utility, so it's going to have to be someone like Glaive pushing through smoke. You're out in the open. Glaive has missed those shots after the incredible last round. He struggles here, but Snacks is in a tough spot. Down to 35, and he's got to find a way to fall back. Pasha's got his back.
That's going to keep Glaive pinned in there, if anything.
You located a bomb.
He's going to go over the... No, he's burning alive and right into the eyesight of Pasha. And now 3 left. This should be pretty much cleanly done. Snacks did go down, and Carrigan's looking for a chance. Not going to get much of it with the Ali there. As now they try and make their play, but last minute is Device. Gone. Oh, Pasha finds me. So, Virtus Pro winning out those 2 rounds. Eco Astralis now. Coming in here. They can get the orbs if they want it. See what they want to do with it. Virtus Pro
Friendly,
have
last operator
have enough
standing.
money to bring whatever they want into this round.
Kerrigan's got the only AWP on the Astralis side. It's dropped over from Zonic. They may try and go for something aggressive. They try and go for something fast-paced, catch the VP off guard.
Op 4 eliminated all friendlies.
Might drop down ladder. We've seen him try and get a couple picks out of that from that position. And indeed, Zipnex and him are both going to be down there. So Astralis right off the bat setting up for an outer execute. The bomb and one other Glaive and Device are over towards Ivy right now. Those are the 2 heavy hitters for Astralis all in one spot.
It's just going to be the one to keep them back if he can. He's got, as you said, Glaive down there, Device down there. Not sure if they want to come in just yet. Glaive's dancing with some real danger here. This could be a shot and a half from Pasha, but Pasha comes through. Actually, tell a lie. Smoke, there's the molly to follow. Pasha now backs away in towards the right side. So now Glaive's forged himself a path through if he wants to push up, but then there's still the Ali. He's keeping their attention very much drawn towards this. But look at Sonic, look at Zipnix. They're still tendering towards B. They have not fully committed here. This is Astralis taking their time, pushing Virtus Pro back into more deeper positions, having to make them take the fight on the sides.
Applied too much pressure towards that inner bomb site. Sonic just making a presence there. At least it's pulled Neo on the rotate
Your
over
drone to
towards the
locate a
site. So
bomb.
2 members here for Virtus Pro. Glaive now starting to make his move. The Device. There's still a smoke blocking off Pasha, so he can't really do too much. And he can't provide any information either. He just hears the noise, and there's Bialy with the first hit. That's Kerrigan. He gets traded off by Zipnix, though. Snacks on the bomb site. He's got to hold strong. Pasha, that smoke is cleared. He might have a chance now.
He really should have a chance. That's a bomb down. Device had it to hands now. Glaive and Zipnix having to work against the odds. 2v3. Pasha finds Glaive. And another! Zipnix goes down. Virtus Pro building back into this game now. 14 to
10
9.
seconds.
Pasha. It wasn't perfect at the start, but he certainly made up with
5
it at the
seconds.
end.
No, but it's such a difficult spot to be in when you have to remain that patient. You're not able to help your teammates. You're not able
Located
to
a
pass any
bomb.
information.
Make your way to its
Start
location and
second-guessing
defuse
if
it.
you should move, if you should rotate or get out of position. And he just holds strong, waits for that smoke to subside. And Astralis, they didn't make their move soon enough. They had him isolated. They had him out of the action. And when they finally do make their move, the smoke clears. He's got a free shot on Device. Really nice round from Pasha. To 9 now. There is a pause out. It's been 4 straight rounds for Virtus Pro, 5 of the last 6.
Tactical pause for Astralis coming in. And even though, as you said, the scoreline is still really nicely working for them, it's still a good scoreline. They can just work through this. They still need to be cautious because it looks like Virtus Pro found an answer. They found a way to play this. Glaive's not having to just barrel out towards the site. So for them, back to the drawing board
Bomb
for a
has
sec,
been
just having a
located.
discussion, talking through what can we change, what can we adapt to.
Well, this is why, you know, all the analysts and we've always talked about Virtus Pro is such a dangerous team on train. While generally they're way more effective on the T side than what we saw here today, they're so dangerous on
One
both
op 4
sides.
remaining.
They build that momentum even on the CT side. That's when you start seeing them.
Loading dart.
Semuanya dulu.
Friendly, last operator standing. Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Just as
Drone has
suffocating as we
located
saw
a bomb.
Astralis in the first half.
So bear in mind that first map did finish 19 to 17. It went to overtime. It was
10
still
seconds
so
before
close.
insertion.
Dupree, I can imagine watching right now.
5
having to watch
seconds.
his team go through this. It must be hard from the sidelines to keep this one watched. Also hoping he gets
You
back.
found a bomb. Make your way to its location and
This
defuse
is
it.
a tough one for Astralis here.
One thing that's helping VP as well in these rounds is we're seeing buys out of Astralis, and then the next round is a save or a half buy into the round, and then another full buy. It's just back and forth. It is because there's no plans coming out first round. We're not getting that bomb down, so that extra $800 actually goes a long way as this losing bonus builds up. Some of those plans. Start to see them really Virtus Pro by just grinding this out. They still have a few rounds where that just grind down the economy. The VP, I mean, they have 3 members that are less than $22,000 in the bank. So all of a sudden you're going to start to see the buys for Virtus Pro sketchy.
They just start running out of ways to stop players.
Op 4 last stop standing.
Difficult, you know, Device is having great success on it, so is Glaive. So again, all these factors need to be in the
Op
like
4
this for Virtus
eliminated.
Pro here. So keeping that money as strong as possible is a huge factor. But here we go, Astralis back into this one. Not much to play with though. P250s, Tech 9s, a bit of bomb here and there in 3 smokes. So again, they can create more smokes. So maybe that's the plan so far. We'll see if they can look to anywhere. There's still going to find it, but no, they are going to go straight forward. The smokes actually playing very out late. They're going for a little bit of a play ahead of of the smoke, but it's not gone too well. The rifle's going to just actually tear them to pieces. Bialy's US. He's going to get into the action, and there we have it. Glaive's your last man standing.
There you'll see a little bit of miscommunication from the Astralis side as good as they've played. That actually, I don't